Hello student, myself Professor Ushali Tapde from ICEEM Engineering College. Today we will discuss about the stack. Now we have already completed two chapters. First one is the introduction to data structure and next chapter is nothing but a searching and sorting. Now from this lecture we will start with our next chapter, that is stack and queue. So in this lecture we will discuss about what is a stack, right? So in this lecture what we see, first what is a stack, then how to write the syntax for the stack, what are the different operations that are performed on the stack, then the example graphical representation of the stack, then we will see the different procedure for performing the different operations on the stack, and lastly we will see how to write a program for the stack. Now before moving to the what is a stack, in just 2 minutes we will revise some concept, that means a data structure. What is a data structure? Data structure is nothing but a way of organizing the data in a such a way that it will not consider only the data but also relationship among the data, right? So what is the classification of a data structure? There are two classification of the data structure, that is a primitive and non-primitive. Under non-primitive we have a linear data structure as well as the non-linear data structure. Now inside the linear data structure, what is linear data structure? Linear data structure is nothing but a data structure in which elements form the sequence one after another in a linear fashion. So they are called as a linear data structure. Now the examples of linear data structure is nothing but a array, queue, stack. That means stack is nothing but a linear data structure. In linear data structure, elements are accessed as well as placed in a contiguous memory location one after another. Data items can be traversed in a single run. That means in a linear data structure, data is arranged in a linear sequence. Now we will see what is a stack. Stack is a data structure. We can say stack is a linear data structure in which atom can be inserted and deleted only from one end. Okay, what is the stack? Stack is a linear data structure in which elements are inserted as well as the deleted only from one end, and that end is called as the top of the stack, right? Here I am showing you one example. In this example we are inserting the ring inside this instrument. So whenever we insert the element, that will be at the top of the ring, okay, and when we want to remove any ring from this, we will remove the ring which is inserted at the last. The last atom which is inserted into the stack is the first atom that is to be taken outside from the stack. In short, we can say that is the last element inserted on the stack is get deleted first from the stack. So what is the principle of the stack? Stack works on the principle of LIFO, that is the last in first out. Whatever the element that is inserted at the last, that element is removed from the stack first. So it is called as the last in first out. So what is the principle of stack? LIFO, last in first out. Here we will see some of the example of stack, that is a stack of book. Then token which is given in bank, that token stack in a bank. Then stack of trays and plates. These are the some of the example of stack in which we are placing atom one after another. So whenever we want to remove some atom, we remove the atom which we have placed last, we remove it first, right? So in this way, these are the examples of the stack. Now here there are four basic operations which we are performing on the stack, that is nothing but a push, pop, empty and is full, right? What is the top? Top is the open end of the stack, okay, from which elements are inserted as well as deleted from the stack. Top is nothing but a pointer. We can say it is an index. It will gives us where we have to insert the element onto the stack as well as which element is get deleted from the stack. That position is given by the top variable, right? And now which operations, basic operations are performed on the stack? They are nothing but a push, pop, is empty and is full. So what is a push? Push means whenever you want to insert element onto the stack, we are using the operation that is called push. Whenever you want to insert element onto the stack from the top of the stack, from the position that is the top of the stack, that operation is called as the push operation. And whenever you perform the push operation, always after the push operation the position of the top gets changed. Okay, so what is a pop? Pop is nothing but whenever you want to delete the element from the stack, at that time you are using the operation that is nothing but a pop. And when you remove any element from the stack, the pop is get decremented. Okay, top is get decremented. Now is empty. Is empty function, this is a boolean function which written either true or false value, and this function is used for checking whether our stack is empty or not. That means whether it contains some element or not. If our stack is empty, this function will return 1. That means yes, stack is empty. If our stack is not empty, at that time this function returns 0. Okay, next is full. Now this is also a boolean function which will return either 1 or 0, that is true or false value, and it will check whether our stack is full or not. If our stack is full, in that case it will return value 1, and if our stack is not full, in that case it will return 0. So here I am showing you graphically how the push and pop operation is performed. Whatever the element that is pushed lastly, that element is pop first. That is a last in, first out. That is the principle of our stack. Now here we will see one example, and this type of question always ask in question paper for the 2 marks. They are saying you perform the following operation on the stack and give graphical representation of it. They give you the some operation like here in example they says that push 8, that means push the element 8 on a stack, then push 14, push 12, then they says that perform 2 pop operation, then push element 6 on a stack and again perform 2 pop operation. We will see how to represent them, how to perform operation on the stack and how to show it graphically. Now in previously, that means I have a stack which is an empty stack. I don't have any element which is inserted on a stack. Now our first operation is push 8. That means we have to insert element 8 onto the stack. So we are inserting the element 8 on a stack. So now our stack contain one element. Top is pointing to this 8th position, right? So next operation is push 14. So we have to push the next element, that is 14. Now look at here, 14 is placed above the 8 because top is here now. Top is here, so 14 is placed above the 8th. Then next is push 12. So we are inserting the next element, that is 12 onto the stack, which is pushed above the 14. Okay. Then we have to perform 2 pop operation, right? After the push 12, what they are saying, perform 2 pop operation. Pop means we need to delete the element from the stack. So we perform first pop operation. When we perform first pop operation, what happen? Whatever the element that come last in the stack, that means which element come last in the stack, that is a 12, that element get deleted first, right? So when we perform the pop operation, the 12 is get deleted first. After that, when we perform again the pop operation, the next element which is get deleted from the stack, that is nothing but a 14, right? So only one element is remain now on our stack, that is nothing but a 8. Okay, so next operation is push 6. So we are inserting the element 6 onto the stack, which is inserted above the element 8, right? So which is element at the top of the stack, that is element 6. Then we are performing again 2 pop operations. So when we perform pop, first it will delete the element 6, that is a pop 6, and then it will delete the 8, right? So in this way you can show the graphical representation for each and every operation that will given to you. Now here I am showing you one more example for the characters. In last example we are taking the numerical value. In this example I am showing you how to insert the characters. Again with the same sequence, what we have to insert, A, B, C, D, E, F. So we are inserting A, B, C, D, E, F. Now top is at the Fth character, right? So when we perform the pop operation, which element get deleted first? F, then E, then D, then C, then B, and then E. So when we delete, we will delete in the reverse direction. Whatever the element inserted into the stack, whenever you delete element, it will be deleted in the reverse direction. So we have, whenever we delete the element, the F is get deleted first, then E, then D, then C, and then so on. Now in stack, while performing the operation, we have to check two conditions, that is nothing but a stack overflow and stack underflow. Now what is the stack overflow? If your stack is full, if your stack is full and you are inserting one more element into the stack, in that case the condition occur that is called as a stack overflow. Understood? If my stack, I have initialized stack contains only 5 elements and already 5 elements are placed into the stack, and I want to insert the 6th element onto the stack. In that case the condition occurred is nothing but a stack overflow. So to eliminate this condition, always remember, whenever you insert any element onto the stack, first you have to check whether your stack is full or not. If your stack is not full, then you will insert the element, otherwise you will simply display the message that means stack is full. So here I am showing you, here we are calling the function stack is full and checking whether stack is full or not with the help of this not operator. If stack is not full, we are pushing the elements onto the stack. Okay. So now the next condition is nothing but a stack underflow. What is a stack underflow? Now if our stack is empty and we try to delete the element from the stack, our stack is empty, it contains no element, and if we try to delete some element from the stack, in that case the condition occurred that is called as a stack underflow. Right? So whenever we delete the element from the stack, we need to take care of that to check whether our stack is empty or not. If our stack is empty, in that case we will display the message, sorry, stack is empty, we cannot delete the element. And if our stack is not empty, in that case we will pop the element from the stack. Now this is a abstract data type, which we already know what is abstract data type. Abstract data type give only the essential information about the given problem without giving the background details. Okay, so here we will see how to write the ADT for the stack. What we have to do, we have to write the keyword ADT and the name of the data structure, that is a stack. Now which are the data you are using? You are using top variable, you are using size, which are of the integer types. Now then the functions, we have to list out the functions which we are writing. Here we have to just give the information, such type of functions you are using for the stack. First one, create stack. Create stack means initialize the stacks like a integer s of 5. In this way you can initialize the stack, that is called as a creation of stack. Then next function is a push. If stack is not full, you can insert the element onto the stack. Pop, next operation is a pop. If stack is not empty, you can return the item which is at the topmost position of the stack. Then next function, that is a is empty integer function. This is a boolean function which will return either 0 or 1. That's why we are taking its return type as an integer. So it return true if stack is empty, otherwise it return false. Okay, and next is integer is full. Here also it is a boolean function. So if stack is full, it will return 1, otherwise it returns 0. So in this way you have to write the ADT for the stack. Now we'll see one by one how to insert the element into the stack, how to write that procedure. Here is an algorithm for insertion in a stack, that is a push element onto the stack. For that, what we required one array or one list in which we want to push the element. So we have an array with the maximum value, then we have a topmost variable from which we have to insert the element and the element which we want to insert onto the stack. So very first step while writing the push function, we have to check whether our stack is full or not, because if we not check, then there may be a condition occurred, that is a stack overflow. So to eliminate or to avoid such a condition, what we have to check whether our stack is full or not. And how we check whether our stack is full or not? If our top reaches to the maximum position, if top equals to max, that means whatever the size of our array. If my array contains 5 elements, then here condition occurred, that is top equals to 5, then print stack overflow. That means stack is all top is already reaches to the last element, last position of our array. Okay, stack. So we cannot insert any more elements, so we can say stack overflow. Otherwise, if top is not reaches to the max, then what we have to do? We first need to increment the top variable and then insert the element at the topmost position. Understood? Always remember, while performing the push operation, you need to first increment the top variable and then insert the element at that topmost position. In this way your push operation will work. Now we will see how to perform or how to write the function for the pop. Here what we required for performing the pop operation, that is we need a list, that is array, topmost variable and atom, in which we are taking the value of that array. So while performing the pop operation, again we need to check whether our stack is empty, right, so that we can avoid the condition that is a stack underflow. So how to check, how we know whether the stack is empty or not? If top is equals to 0, right, if top is equals to 0, or we can say -1. If you are starting your array from the 1 2 3 4 5 like this, then you can say top is equals to 0. But if you are starting your array with the 0th position, in that case you can say top is equals to -1. If top is equals to 0, you can say stack underflow. That means you can there is no elements present on the stack, so you cannot delete the element. Otherwise, if your stack is not top is not equals to 0, in that case first you remove the element which is at the topmost position into the atom. You store the variable, whatever the value that is present at this topmost position, into some variable, and then you have to decrement the top. Always remember, whenever you perform the pop operation, first take the value which is present at that topmost position and save that value in some variable. After that you will decrement the top variable. That is exactly opposed to the push. While performing the push operation, you need to increment the top first and then insert the value. Whereas while performing the pop operation, you need to take the value inside some variable and then decrement the top. In this way you can perform the pop operation. Now the next operation which we are performing on the stack is nothing but a display, right? We want to display whatever we have inserted on a stack. So for that also we have to first check whether our stack is empty, because if our stack is empty we cannot display anything. So we have to check whether stack is empty or not. If stack is not empty, then we have to display each and every value which is present on our stack. So we have started I is equals to top. Now we have started with I is equals to top and I moves till 0. So I is equals to top, I greater than equals to 0, I minus minus, right? And here we are printing whatever at that position, that is A of I. In this way you can perform the display operation on a stack. Now what are the different applications of the stack? One of the famous application where the stack is used, that is nothing but for reversing a string. That means when some string is given to you, one by one character you can insert one by one character of that string into the stack till that string is not get ended. Here I am saying you, given the string and a stack, while there is not end of string, do the following thing. What you have to do, read a character from the string, push it onto the stack till that string is not ended. As soon as your string is get ended, what we have to do, we need to print. We have to print in a reverse direction. So start popping each and every element from the stack and display it on your screen. So you will get all the elements in a reverse direction. Here we will take one example how to reverse the string. Here we are inserting the elements on a stack is nothing but A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, first we have to push A, then B, then C, which is placed at the top of the stack, then D, then E, and then F, right? So at the top of the stack now there is F. We are inserting the string A, B, C, D, E, F on a stack. Now we want to display this string in a reverse direction. So what we have to do, we have to just perform the pop operation. Whenever we perform first pop operation, it will display the string, that is character, that is nothing but F, because it is placed at last in a stack. So what it will be deleted first. Okay, so whenever we perform the pop operation, it will display the string in a reverse direction. This is one of the popular application of the string. It is also used for in the conversion method also. Stack is also used for the conversion. Now here we will see how to implement stack using the array, that is a static representation of our stack. Here we will see the program, how to write a program for the stack. Here we are, with the help of structure, we are declaring the stack. What our stack contains, it required one array which is of the some size. Here I am defining the size to the 5. So my stack contains 5 elements, and my structure, there is a topmost variable. From that topmost variable I am inserting the element, right? So we are performing 3 operation: push, pop and display. So we are giving choices to the user here whether he want to perform push, pop, display or exit, and taking the choices from the user. If we want to perform push, then we call the function push. He want to perform pop, then we call the function pop. If we want to perform the display function, then we call the display function. Okay, and this will be continued till user want. So we are using here do while loops, where what we have to do, while option, that means till user is saying that he want to continue, till that loop is going on, right? So in the push operation, first here we are checking whether our top is equals to max size minus 1. Why max size minus 1? Because we are initializing our top variable to the minus 1. Here we are initializing top equals to minus 1. That's why here I am checking top size equals to max size minus 1. So if my top is reaches to the max size equals to 1, that means my stack is full. So I return here printf stack is full and return from the function. Else if my stack is not full, in that case we are asking user to enter some element which he want to push onto the stack, and then first we need to increment the top variable, and then at the topmost position we are inserting that variable. Similarly in the pop, what we have to do, in the pop we have to again check whether our stack is empty, and to check the stack is empty we are checking s dot top is equals to minus 1. If top is pointing to the minus 1, that means stack is empty, and if our stack is not empty, then we will take the value which is present at the s of top in some variable, print that value which is get deleted, and then we decrement our top pointer, right? Then in the display, again we have to check whether our stack is empty or not. If stack is empty, we will display stack is empty. If our stack is not empty, then in the for loop we have started with the I is equals to s dot top, I greater than equals to 0 and I minus minus, and then we print one by one all the elements which are present on the stack. In this way we will perform push, pop and display function on the stack. Here I will here this is the output for the program where we are performing different operations. I hope you will understood what is the stack and how to perform different operations on a stack. Stack is nothing but a linear data structure in which elements are inserted and deleted only from one end, that is called as the top of the stack. Different basic operations which are performed on the stack is nothing but a push, pop, is empty, is full. For inserting element on a stack we are using push operation. For deleting element from the stack we are using the pop operation. And to check whether stack is full or not, we are using is empty and is full function, right? Then there are two conditions which occur on the stack, that is nothing but a stack overflow and stack underflow. And then we have seen that how to write a program on the stack. So I think this all things are clear to you. In the next lecture we will see the next application of our stack. Thank you.